Welcome to a new segment of Coptic Civilization. I'm Michael Saad. Our segment today is entitled Pharaohs Festival in Santa Monica, California, 2014. And our guest today is Mr. Cherif Youssef, one of the leaders and actually founders of this festival, which runs this year in its fourth time. Welcome, Mr. Cherif Youssef.
Thank you, Dr. Saad.
Thank you for accepting my invitation to be my guest today on the program of Coptic Civilization to discuss and present this wonderful civilization perspective and manifestation of Coptic civilization in the diaspora. And what a beautiful name, Pharaohs Festival. What did you make you and your co-leaders choose the name?
First of all, thank you for inviting me and to talk about the Pharaohs Festival. As you mentioned, the name actually was selected by a committee in the first year to symbolize who we are. And the festival is organized by the congregation of St. Peter and St. Paul Church. And we wanted to show not just us as Coptic Christian, but also our connection to, Egyptian in general and to the pharaohs. Because it's one thing to have an event at the church and amongst other Copts. It's another to have it in a public place where a lot of people don't really know what Copts and what Coptic religion is. So we felt using the Pharaohs name is actually a good way to invite non-Copts to come. And then we can talk about the Coptic culture, the Coptic religion, the Coptic tradition, and all of that. So it's just a segue to bring people in because everybody knows about the Pharaohs, and therefore gives us the opportunity to teach them about our, heritage and our religion as well.
That's wonderful. This year, the festival, Pharaohs Festival in Santa Monica, California, will be starting from Friday, the 29th of August, 2014, going through Saturday and Sunday, which will be 31st of August. And this has been ongoing year after year. This is the fourth year. And what have been the objectives that motivated you and the committee and the congregation of St. Peter and St. Paul Coptic Orthodox Church in Santa Monica? What made you all collaborate and first inspired by the idea of Pharaohs Festival and then work hard to present it year after year? What have been the objectives?
The objective is to help American understand who we are as Egyptian American, who we are as Coptic Christians, as well as educate them about Egyptian in general and us as Copts, as well as give the opportunity for our congregation to work together to schedule this event because it's all volunteers that we're using to hold this event. And in the process, to raise money for the church, to help the church achieve its, the various services, especially in our community in Santa Monica, where we help the poor. And we do a lot of programs with our youth to serve the community that we are at, which is the Santa Monica, California. Many
Coptic churches have loans because of the commitment to build structures, to expand the ministry. And I understand your church has quite a heavy loan, and this is one way the congregation is helping out with donations, with fundraising, while doing good for Egypt, for Egyptianness, for Coptic civilization aspects that are being presented there, Pharaonic civilization aspects. So this is very commendable, and by itself is civilization. You are actualizing an act of civilization by bringing teams together with a super team that is achieving this great event. Can you tell us, please, about the kind of volunteers, the numbers of volunteers, the spirit of volunteerism?
The promenade, the festival is held on the 3rd Street Promenade, which is a very popular tourist place in Santa Monica. And it's like 4 blocks of an area that have about 4 blocks. And it's a major attraction. It's during, the festival will be held during the Labor Day weekend. It's a holiday here in the United States. And they typically get between 30 to 40,000 a day.
Wow.
At this location.
Yeah. So like over 2.5 days, you get like 100,000 visitors. If you pick only 10% of that, that's 10,000 individuals who never heard the word Copt in their life and who otherwise wouldn't have heard about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we also, through the programs like this, we notify our community here, Egyptian community in
Yes.
Los Angeles, so they all come as well, because it's a very festive mood.
Yes.
As you will see later, some video clips about entertainment from last year's. So it's very entertaining, it's fun, and a lot of good food. So they come obviously for our good Middle Eastern food. But you also mentioned the volunteers, and that's really where the success of this event really lies. This event is organized, held, and implemented and conducted by volunteers. If I have to estimate the numbers, I would say probably over 250 to 300 volunteers that helps to put this 3 days event. And it's not just 3 days. It's actually, we've been planning for this festival for at least 7-8 months right now. And we meet regularly to organize and plan to make sure everything goes well. The festival is not held at the church. Festival is held a block away from the church. So there's a lot of logistics in moving supply from the church to the festival, and because everything is cooked at the festival, at this promenade in tents. So we have to move a lot of material back and forth. So it's quite a logistic to do that. Yeah. And that's why we need all these volunteers, not only to make it happen, but also man the various booths and activities during the festival.
Yeah. Wow. So let us go through some of the booths that you have. I see on the list 15 kinds of booths. So there are more booths than just 15. And can you tell us, please, some of these booths and what is the objective behind some of them? Like the bazaar, the jewelry, the Coptology, the Coptic products, entertainment, food booth. Please.
Okay, so we have 26 of those this year. And we have 15 different functions that we are holding, okay? So a function is like a bazaar, for example. That takes 2 booths because it's a very big space that we dedicate to sell Egyptian pharaonic products.
So I go through the bazaar as if I visited Khan el-Khalil in Cairo.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get a taste of it.
And the volunteers dress like pharaohs and
Yes.
Queens, and with the jewelry and everything, so they attract the crowd. So it's as if you've been to Egypt, if
Yes.
you've been to our bazaar.
Yeah.
And then we have the jewelry, and then we have all the hand painting functions, and so these are the connection to the pharaohs and the bazaar activities. And then we have the food section, and that's really where probably more than 50% of this bazaar is variety of Middle Eastern food. whether it's a mango juice or baklawa and basbousas, you know, we have, and as well as shish kebab and shawarma and all of the wonderful, you know, Middle Eastern cuisine and Egyptian cuisine that we're all known to, and it's very popular. You know, we have long lines, you know, to.
I see kettle corn.
Yeah, this is actually a great story.
Wow, please tell us about it.
Kettle corn is really a corn that's, you know, just like popcorn, but it's a little sweet. And 2 years ago, we used to get someone that we used to pay to come and make it, you know. And then we learned how to do it. Our kids, our youth learned how to do it. And we bought the machine. And since then, last year and this year, these youth are managing the whole function, and it's quite a bit of effort because it's very hot and it's a lot of oil, and it's a major production. You'll probably see some pictures and as they are working on it last year. So that's a great success. We get these youth to do it, and instead of relying on outside, our youth did it, and they did a fantastic job.
And you have photo booth?
Photo booth is really more of take a picture with the Pharaohs. You have the costumes, and you dress up, and then you take a picture against the backdrop that has some kind of pharaonic image, and you get the picture. You get to keep the picture. So this was very popular. Actually, there's a lot of people, you know, what's a festival without costumes?
Right.
Okay, so this is a fun thing, especially our youth dresses up in these various costumes, and they walk around the promenade and attract more people. So it's a very festive mood.
And Coptic Coptology and Coptic products.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
One of our main objectives is to really share information about who we are as Copts, and to show them that we're part of the community of Santa Monica, California. And the church is a block away, and we organized for people to go see the church and to get more specific information about the church. But it's an opportunity to share information, opportunity to show them our Coptic art, an opportunity to show them some of our great books about Coptic history, Coptic language, Coptic information in general about us as a Copt and our history.
Right.
It's actually manned by a very good friend of mine and yours, Hani Tekla, who's the head of the Saint Shenouda, the society. Yeah. He's actually going to be there throughout, and I believe you will be visiting us as well.
I'll be honored. Last year, actually, I enjoyed my time there so much. I went 2 days because 1 day was not enough for me to go through all the booths. So actually, if you live, especially if you live nearby, don't miss going on 2 days, and to get the feeling of the day and the night, the different crowds. You can pray in the church of St. Peter and St. Paul on Sunday morning, go on after church, go to the booth, or go to the booth on Saturday noon, and then in the evening go to church to pray Vespers. From Friday, which time Friday you start?
We set up Friday morning, and then by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when we begin the festival, Friday evening until 10. And then Saturday and Sunday all day from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. If you're planning to come, plan to spend at least 3 or 4 hours, because there's a lot to see, and it's a fun day. Usually the weather is fantastic in Santa Monica, and not only to see us in the festival, but also there's a lot of other things, activity in the area to see. So it's a fun day. Bring your family, tell your friends, and you'll guarantee you'll have fun. This is the comments we got back from everyone that came the last 3 years is how much fun, how much relaxed, and how much the food was great, the entertainment, just the spirit. It was a great spirit.
Actually, I enjoyed also meeting by coincidence all the friends whom I didn't see for years, and right there in the festival, I was able to meet them that I wouldn't have otherwise perhaps came across each other.
Although this festival is planned by the congregation and the volunteers of St. Peter and St. Paul Church, we don't look at it as it's our festival. Mm-hmm. This is a Pharaonic festival. It's Egyptian festival. It's a Coptic festival. It's for all of the Christians and Egyptian, even non-Christians. There's a lot of non-Christians attending this, and they have a great time and fantastic time. Last year, the Egyptian Council was there. Dr. Zay Hawass came as well, who is the known for his involvement with
Yeah,
historical.
he was the chief of the archaeology ministry.
Yes.
He was actually for some time the minister of archaeological
Discoveries.
activities.
Yes.
And a great leader in that field.
He
So
was-
yeah, I know many, as you said, Muslim Egyptians, Coptic Christians from Egypt, and American public in general enjoy their time there. You go in a relaxed atmosphere. There are seats around. The city of Santa Monica is taking very good care of this promenade. And it is actually between, it's only like 3 blocks from the ocean.
It is. It's 3rd Street, third
3rd
block, yeah.
Street, and also 1 block from the church, which is on 4th Street.
Yes, it's just a block away.
So the church is 1 block away, the ocean is 3 blocks away, and it's also not too far from LAX, the international airport, that if out-of-towners come from any place in America or Canada, like to come and spend the weekend in Los Angeles and visit the festival, and perhaps they may run across old friends that they would never expected to see, and enjoy themselves in the California weather. And there is many hotels in Santa Monica. I'm sure you will get a good deal on Expedia or some other outlets in the area at all prices.
And parking is available.
And parking is wonderful there. Yeah.
There's City of Santa Monica arranged for all kinds of parking structures, and it's just a block away, either on 4th Street, across the street from the church, there's a big parking structure, or on 2nd Street, which is the other block from the festival, another parking structure. So it's within walking distance and plenty of parking available.
You also play music there.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of music? And we may be able to watch some videos, but tell us please about the music performances.
As I said, what's a festival without music, right?
Of course. You mentioned what a festival without music, without costume,
and without children's fun, having fun,
children having
without
fun, food,
okay,
popcorn.
So, yes, absolutely.
Good company, books on Coptology, like these books, and people to explain the books to you, and also hosts like yourself.
Thank you. The crowd, the entertainment is actually, we spend a lot of effort in putting a great entertainment package, really, because we want to make it fun. Because this is, people here, they come, and they want to spend some time listening to our music, Egyptian music, and enjoy being there. If they grab a sandwich or grab something to eat or drink, and being entertained, and the whole family is into being entertained. So there's a full program for the 3 days of various entertainers, including the stick dance. You've probably seen it.
Right, very nice.
Very nice. These are volunteers that perform. And then they start performing, the old Egyptian songs, and especially national songs. And the crowd, it's amazing when you start playing the Egyptian national anthem, the crowd just become all silent. Or, it's a very noisy place because a lot of people, and then all the Egyptian start singing, and even non-Egyptian that
So you play the Egyptian national anthem, the American national anthem, and there is Egyptian culture and identity
and pride
in Santa Monica, California.
Absolutely, and there are a lot of great songs about Egypt, Ya Habibti Ya Masr, when the live band start playing this, you can see people crying.
One more witness to the Copts' love of Egypt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're holding the flag. The Egyptian flag is like this is their pride. This is their Egyptian pride, and it's like this is where we show American who we really are.
Right.
It's not what you hear in the news, because a lot of time what you hear in the news about Egypt is not necessarily correct or
good
or positive.
Right.
And this is we wanted to show Egyptian American living in the U.S.
Yes.
This is who we are.
Right.
This is who we present. These are our identity. This is our culture. This is our food, and this is who we are as successful American living in the United States.
And as the Copts are wounded and bruised from generation to generation in Egypt, they are still love Egypt. They're still sing the Egyptian national anthem, even 6,000 miles away. And they present the goodness of Egypt to the American public in a festival of love and culture and civilization.
Absolutely.
How about young people and how old people and young people respond to their past experience in serving as volunteers?
We don't have any age restriction on who can help.
Okay.
The only
So
restriction...
even as old as I am, you would accept me on your crew?
All ages are
Okay.
welcome. The only concern, of course, very young kids because of the crowd. But we have, young kids, 10, 11, 12 years old, are helping, volunteering.
Yes.
We've had kids that we ask them to go and clean.
Yes.
They take a brush and a broom and a bucket, and they just clean the promenade because we need to maintain it clean during the festival, even though because we have so much crowd and sometimes people can throw things on the floor. Kids participate not only helping in the booth, but also helping clean. And let me share with you, a mother's wrote to us after the festival, I believe from last year or the year before. And let me read it to you, what she wrote about her kids' involvement. Last year, my boys, Michael and Luke, volunteered at the festival popcorn stand for about 3 hours. At first, I was very skeptical about the festival because it took so much work, and I thought the boys were too young to work. It was a lot of work, but the joy the kids felt was priceless. They were so proud of themselves for taking part of the festival that they told all their teachers and friends at school the next day. For the first time ever, they felt they were part of the Coptic community and took pride in that. For years, we have been diligent in taking them to Mass every week, but they have always felt it was our community, not theirs. They felt like they did not belong fully. The festival changed that totally. The youth need to be involved in projects like this so that they belong to our Orthodox Church and be proud of it and raise their children in it. We believe the festival has improved a lot from last year and the previous year, and there's a lot of effort to do an event better this year. I'm totally for it. This is our opinion as parents and members of St. Peter and St. Paul Church.
That's amazing.
Wonderful testimony.
Wonderful testimony. Please, now you convinced me to attend and volunteer. Okay, how can I actualize this? How can I get through?
Tell your friends.
Okay.
I think without, obviously, people, we won't have a festival. I think you need to just spread the word, help spread the word. Tell your family, American, more importantly than Egyptian, honestly, because they need to see who we are. Copts or non-Copts. If you would like to come and volunteer to help us, just please contact, we will provide the website link address and you can contact us through that.
Yeah, it's showing on the screen and it is www.pharaohsfestival.com. Yeah.
And if you have items that you don't need, Egyptian pharaonic items that you have at home, you probably got it when you went to Egypt and you no longer really needed to display it in your home, we're welcome if you wish to donate that so we can sell it and raise money for the church.
So I can bring the items to the Church of St. Peter and Paul anytime before Friday, the 29th of August, where the festival starts. A week earlier, or much earlier, as much as
the
you
earlier,
can.
the better.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're not able to come, not able to donate item, of course, your donation is always welcome. And we can, I think our website does have the address where you can mail your donation if you wish.
That's wonderful. And if I want to volunteer, if I am at any age, you will find a job for me.
We will accommodate your needs as well as the need of the festival. We'll try to match your ability with our needs to perform certain functions.
Yeah.
There's plenty of work to do, and especially for such a long period.
That's a commendable project, festival. It has so many expressions of Coptic civilization and Coptic spirituality and teamwork and religious work. And God bless the festival this year and every year. And may all of these objectives be achieved for the glory of God.
Just wanted to add, there's a sponsor this year, a corporate sponsor that we were able to attract. And it's a Marinello Schools of Beauty. It's schools that teach people how to do hairstyling and makeup and things like that. So the first time this year we have a corporate sponsor who help us, help pay for our expenses. But we appreciate their support and their contribution, of course, in becoming part of our festival this year.
That's wonderful. And again, wishing you all success and praying for the success of the festival always. And thank you very much, Mr. Cherif Youssef, for your effort in the festival and also for being our guest today.
Thank you, Dr. Saad. Appreciate being here.
Our viewers, thank you for watching Logos TV. This has been our segment on Pharaohs Festival in Santa Monica, California in the year 2014. See you next week on a new segment of Coptic Civilization. I'm Michael Saad.